Never quite understood why we start the year in January. Nothing changes in January, does it? Yeah, it's the same weather as December, really. Pretty much the same weather as February as well. No, I think for me, March is the beginning of a new year, a new chapter, a fresh start. Because in March, things truly change. Flowers come out, all the wildlife seems to reappear. March. Hello chaps, so here we are, we've arrived. It's March, yeah, it's my month, March. Right, stop. Yeah, away. Attends. Greedy pig. Yeah. Honestly, Jack. No, go away. Tom, go away. You're a pig. You're a pig. Don't. Oh wait, this. I knew this is a bad idea. What do they say about working with children and animals? Jack. Get out of it. Oh, you're a black beast, you are. I was trying to introduce you to, well, not all of the sheep, one in particular, and she's the trouble. This one here, can you see? Palot. It's Palot you need to see. Get out of it. What are you doing? It's not yours. It's... Right, that's Ton. She's a greedy bugger. Get out of it! You can't keep doing that. Right, leave my trousers alone. Bug off! This is... Sorry, all that rattling, you probably couldn't hear a thing. This is Percy. He's our male sheep. Don't eat the bag. Don't eat the bag. It's sweet. I knew it, honestly. Right, okay, so what I wanted to explain was that last year we enclosed the orchard. We put a fence around it because of her. That she was the main reason. Yeah. All right. I'm going to show you a film of it in a minute. Get away. Yeah. Leave the bag alone. Leave the... Jesus, honestly, you'd think they were never fed. They are a bit hungry now, actually. They haven't got much grass in the field. Get out of it. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. Okay, this isn't working, is it? It's her. She's the problem. Well, no, Percy. It is a good one. Right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm going in. Go on. Get out of it. You bloody eat my hand now. So that was just to introduce you to her. This one here. She's trouble. She's a really cheeky devil, and basically she had a really bad habit of getting into our orchard. And why is that bad, you ask? Well, let me show you something. Hold on a second. Alright, I'll explain to you why it's bad if Palot gets in our orchard. Because she does this to trees. That. Now I don't know much, but I do know that trees do not like having their bark stripped. Now, this is already a bit disappointing because this was doing quite well, and I think she's probably killed it because she's literally ring barked it. But that's one thing, because that was just a wild tree that I planted. But obviously over here in the orchard, we've got some trees that we've bought and have been bought for, well actually they were bought for Helena. Because it was always my dream to have an orchard. And what we decided to do when Helena was first born, people wanted to buy presents. What was it called? A baby shower or whatever. They wanted to offer Helena presents. But really Helena had everything. You know, people had given us sort of second-hand clothes and things like that. And she had lots of toys. I mean, how many toys does a child need at the end of the day? So Vero came up with a fantastic idea and suggested to people that they bought Helena fruit trees instead, which we planted the orchard out. See, that's what we planted the orchard out with. We've lost quite a few, but unfortunately that's the nature of the beast when it comes to planting trees, from my understanding. But we've got apple trees, pear trees, peach trees, what else? Plum trees. And we got this. This is a particularly nice tree. This is a quince tree here. It's doing very well. Anyway, there we go. So that's our little orchard. And as I say, last year I fenced it all off because the film that you're about to see is a prime example of what Palot gets up to. Palot! Get back in here right now! And as I'd fenced it off, we decided that we'd get some chickens again. And I was pretty sure I'd made this whole thing quite fox-proof. If my attempt at an enclosed orchard kind of looks slightly familiar, or maybe odd actually, I'm not sure, it's because when I was working on the enclosure, I was reading a book about King Alfred the Great. Let me come this side, I prefer being this side. Anyway, this book inspired me to produce a kind of enclosure based on early Saxon defences. So obviously it's a bit over the top for foxes, but I put in some spiked kind of, what are they called? Can't remember now. Spiked bits of wood, I don't know. And I've also based the defence on a ditch and bank kind of idea. So I've dug down, producing a wide ditch, and I've built up, hoping that would deter a fox from trying to jump up. Oh, that's Vero again. She has got such good timing. Anyway, that's Vero sorted out. What was I saying? Yeah, so I was quite convinced that my defences, which have all been capped with barbed wire. I hate barbed wire, actually, but I was determined for our chickens not to be got at this time. So, and I had a load of barbed wire anyway, hanging around in the garden, so I put it to work. So the whole ditch and bank thing, it continues along here. But unfortunately, this has turned out to be a bit of a weak spot, which is particularly annoying because I didn't actually finish this part of it, because I want to dig this away, kind of reduce it to make the entrance to our driveway a bit more practical, because it's difficult to bring the school bus in and out. So the idea was to move this tree here. This is a mirabelle, which is a type of plum tree. Move that tree, take out this stone wall and dig out this bank completely, and kind of reduce it considerably down to kind of to about here. Can you see that? But unfortunately, very unfortunately, when I came out here this morning, I discovered some feathers on the ground, and lo and behold, it would seem that a fox has eaten all but one of our chickens. They've left us, or he or she or they, I don't know if it was 1, 2 or whatever, but they didn't take Willow, which is surprising because she was one of the dopiest of chickens out of them all. And I'm very surprised that we didn't hear the commotion, because Cornelius is quite an aggressive cockerel. He'd have a good go at us, so I don't think a fox would have had much fun up against him. But unfortunately, no, Cornelius has gone as well, so we lost Cornelius and 3 of the chickens, and Willow we've safely moved across to Lamette, which is the farm that Vero's parents own. Sorry if my glasses weren't on straight then. So it's kind of back to the drawing board really with regards to the orchard and the fences. We do want to try and get some chickens as soon as we can, because we're kind of missing the eggs now. So I'll well, basically I've got a bit of work to do, and I'd like for you to join me as well, if you don't mind, whilst I do the work. It won't be this week. I've got to pull my supplies together with regards to wire fencing, etc. See what I can dig up without having to buy, without having to buy any, because it's quite expensive, and after all it's only a fence for keeping a fox out. It doesn't need to be really secure, it just needs to have smaller holes. Just really surprised the fox managed to get through the holes of that size. But anyway, there we go. So the fantastic, well, we're going to call her the fantastic Mrs. Fox. Do you remember me saying something along the lines of, look at the little motif around it. Look, there's a fox. I love foxes because I absolutely adore foxes. I really do adore foxes. Anyway, let's see if we can catch up with him. Yes. Well, it's that time of day where I have to bring this video to an end. It's been lovely having you again. But before I go, I would just like to remind those of you who might not be already subscribed to the wonderful Nuts in May to take this opportunity to subscribe right now. Lovely, lovely. Secondly, Vero is about to introduce you to our new neighbour, after which we will then feed the sheep and put them out of their misery. Thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye.
She's like Polot. She's eating my hair. What is it? What is it that I've got on my finger? I got it.
Ooh, you got something coming. Let's see if I can get a coconut head. No, you're okay. I won't. I promise you, I won't.
That's for you.
I wouldn't do
Give it to
that.
her. See if she does.
Bye.